Hey everybody. We're back, yet again. Episode 8. We've already failed once. How much worse could things get now? Let's dive into Raging fucking Loop. Let's remember the incident, shall we? Tragic memories. Indeed. Right. How did I forget? I'd already experienced this looping phenomenon or whatever. Hold on. Looping? What the hell? There was no way something like that could... But... if that wasn't it, what else could explain this? How else could I, someone who died once, be alive right now? I had clear memories of getting caught up in some strange incident at Yasumizu and... Shit, I couldn't remember how it ended. It wasn't like this last time, too. My memories were all fragmented. But I did remember that I went to Yasumizu, met the people there, and died. Had I come back here when, or because I died? That was a ridiculous idea, but the pain and fear I felt back then was just so vivid and fresh in my mind that I couldn't simply dismiss it as just a dream or illusion. There was no point in lying to myself. I was here having experienced something that made me sure I died. It was an incomplete memory from the future. I had no idea why I had it, but I definitely did. I had to come to terms with it first and foremost. The gas tank wasn't empty, but my phone couldn't find a signal and was running out of battery, and my throat was a bit dry, exactly like last time. That meant that I was about to arrive at... Freshmark! Knew it. I really don't want to meet that employee again, but from what I'd experienced, she was the only one I'd met before going to Fujiyoshi, so avoiding her probably wasn't a great idea. Her attitude was shit, but at least she always did what I asked. Though, I really didn't want to drive down that unpaved road again. Hey. Once again, she greeted her customer in a borderline insane way. It actually made me kind of relieved, and I wanted to believe that was just some trick of the mind. It was just like before. To her, I was just an annoying late-night customer. Oh well, I'd just buy what I wanted. I'll take these. Huh? Why are you getting so much crap? No reason. Yasumizu was just desperately poor and it had me worried. What was her problem? I was the customer. With this much stuff, she had to use the register. So grumbling, she started scanning the barcodes. When she was done, I paid and asked, I want to get to the nearest settlement. Do you have a map I could look at? Huh? No, we don't. Please, I need it. Just wait. She went through the staff door. People are texting my phone in the group chat that I have nothing to do with. Getting that out of the way. Found it. I knew it. Here's this store. Go to the north of the crossroads. You'll find an overpass soon enough. Cross it. When you come to a fork next to a giant boulder, turn right and head straight. But that's just a forest, isn't it? I knew that it was. There wasn't even a paved road there. Why did she recommend the road anyway? If I'd crashed and died, it'd be homicide by negligence. There's a settlement. It's just not on the map. That wasn't a lie. It wasn't weird for Yasumizu to not be on the map. It was a nearly abandoned settlement in the middle of nowhere. Why did she know about it? Did she live in Fujiyoshi or something? That sounds like it'd be bad for my bike. What about this place? Fujiyoshi? It's a 2-hour drive through a shitty mountain path. Can I write that down? Sure. Where's the other closest town? Past 2 mountains. Man, I couldn't make any sense of the local distance measurements. I don't recommend going wild around these parts at night. Oh? Actual consideration? Though it was hard to feel grateful. She was the one who pointed me in the direction of that shitty road in the first place. Turning back takes courage too. Turning back, huh? I'll think about it. Thank you. Thanks for coming or whatever. Oh, by the way, got any interesting local drinks? I didn't see any in the drink aisle. Well, then we don't have any. I just thought you might have something in the back. Like hell we would. Could you at least check? Just wait. Found it. Seriously? She brought me a 500cc bottle with a black liquid inside. The label looked written by hand and said Wild Plant Cola. I expected nothing and got something huge. This place was amazing. Oh, sorry, but I got quite a lot of stuff. Do you have a rubber rope I could hang on my bike to hold it all? It's in a hardware store. I'd be happy if you just looked. Just wait. She's definitely gonna have it, right? Found it. Seriously? Well, since we've come this far, I have a list here. Think you can see if you have anything on it? What the hell? You got a death wish or something? Are you saying you'd kill me? Please, I just want to have a look. I just want you to have a look. Wait here. Thanks. We had it all. What the hell is this place? I felt like she was about to kill me, but I successfully came out with pretty much all I needed. What did I get? Then I just made a run for it. I opened up the weird wild plant cola. Looking up at the noisy light trap above, I took a sip. It was cool, intense, and had a strange grassy flavor. It wasn't too bad at all. I expected something totally gross, but it was actually a legit drink. Slightly disappointed, I looked at the ingredients. Cola and plant extract. Hold on, cola as an ingredient? Did they just buy cola and mix it in? And plant extract could be anything from fruits to poisonous plants. What the hell? Was this even safe to drink? Well, at least it tasted good. It was probably smart to just turn around and drive away. Entering Fujiyoshi means death. Turn back. Perhaps that was what the loops were trying to tell me. Maybe I ought to listen. But was it really that easy? I had no real grounds for this, but if the cause of this strange phenomenon was somewhere in the village, perhaps I couldn't break out of the loop until I solved the mystery behind it. What would happen if I left then? Would I go on and live the rest of my days only to die and come back here? Would I return to youth after years of being old? That part didn't sound half bad, actually, but was it really something I could just accept so easily? This was just speculation. But what if I actually hadn't moved an inch from that mountain pass? Was everything from then, now, and until death just an antemortem fever dream, and dying again would just bring me back here? If that was how it was, everything I do with my life from this point onward would be meaningless. Maybe I really should move on only after taking care of whatever was binding me. Also, how could I leave something so strange, unnatural, and incomprehensible and just return to the city? Dude, look, I get you're the main character of a story like this, and I need you to have this kind of mentality to keep things going, but you're also fucking crazy. Get the fuck out of there. Even if I had that choice, though, I would definitely send you back into hell. If I were in your situation, probably not. I would turn the fuck around and leave. So we have a choice. Pretty sure none of these are going to end well, but we're turning back. Until I finished my drink, the thing guiding me was my good sense, otherwise known as opportunism. Man, what a weird experience that was. It'd make a good campfire story once I made it back where I belonged. I pushed aside my sense that something wasn't right, my anxiety and my fear, and straddled the seat of my bike. Well, there was another way to look at this. I could try and see whether ignoring it all and running away would actually work. After all, this might end up being the only way to solve the problem. No. I turned the key, opened the throttle, pushed the signal to the left, and connected the clutch. Away I went, starting with a left turn. Anyway, I'd go back up the mountain path. I'd had enough of this ride. I'd return to civilization, eat some normal food, get some decent sleep, and live my boring everyday life. Just recognizing how precious those things were was more than enough for me. This made this trip all worth it. How bad is this going to get? A dense mist drifted into view. And I'm fucked. Game over. Bad ending, number 6. Watch Hint Corner? Sure, we love sheep. You've done it now, eh, Chief? This one was pretty standard, so let's get right to it. Bad ending 06, mysterious U-turn death. Just like bad ending 04, this was an ending you knew wouldn't turn out well, but tried it just for the heck of it. Looks like running away isn't an option. Better suck it up, I guess. Go back to 4, infiltration, Q, choose route, and test your luck again. Obviously. It was short, but that's all for this time. Die another hearty death next time. Yeah, I mean, again, there was literally no other way that was going to end. Yes, I know. Sunday. Sunday, Sunday. Sorry. Sun. Day. Okay, so we have 3 choices ahead of us. U-turn is obviously a terrible decision. Enter Fujiyoshi through the normal route is the correct decision, but we're passing right by to see what happens here. Because maybe this will take us down a really interesting route. As I finished my drink, the idea I had was barely different from just turning around and leaving. Maybe I could just pass it by. I was curious what would happen if I ignored Yasumizu, Fujiyoshi, and the clerk's warning and simply drove on past. Wait, why would anything happen? I'd just continue down the road, right? Why did I feel so uneasy then? After thinking for a moment, I'd arrived at a mindset of eliminating whatever option seemed wrong. My guess was this wouldn't take care of the root of the problem, but I was the type who wouldn't believe that until I tried it myself. Dude, I am so in line with our protagonist right now and how I'm playing this game. Good man. Turn the key, open the throttle, push signal left, connect to the clutch, and away I went, starting with a right turn. The tense mountain path continued for a while. Though I didn't feel like falling asleep, I was definitely becoming more and more exhausted, both mentally and physically. Even in this jacket, the force of the wind going by was doing a number on my body, especially as I kept onward for over an hour. I did, however, see a sign above my head that said, Fujiyoshi. As I decided, I just passed it by, never coming close to Kamo Fujiyoshi or Yasumizu. I'm actually curious what would happen if we went to Kamo Fujiyoshi. Now I just passed by the 2 mountains and reached the town I was told about. Perhaps I should have been more suspicious of the fact that I'd stopped acting on my heart after that. Maybe I was just so tired I couldn't even make such decisions. I could only remember noticing a strangely dense mist surrounding me. That was when my brain lost all capacity for perception or judgment. Crash! Yep. Game over. Bad ending number 7. Watch End Corner? Well, you know, I'm pretty sure we know what we're going to hear. But I'm pretty sure I know that every time I access End Corner. You've done it yet again, eh, Chief? Oh well, let's get this over with. Bad ending 07. Mysterious passing by death. Well, this is another ending you checked for the heck of it, just to make sure it wasn't possible. Yep. Unfortunately, running away is not an option. Go back to 4. Infiltration Q. Choose route. Test your luck again. Okay, that's it for this time. Die another hearty death next time. We're just jumping straight to the chart here. Alrighty. Let's do the right thing. Again, like the sheep said, we just gotta cross off all these choices. Alright, enter Fujiyoshi through the normal route. It's time to infiltrate this fucking feast. As I finished my drink, I made my decision. I'd return there. I'd face that tragedy again. Of course, I was curious about this looping phenomenon, but I did recall what I'd thought during my final moments. It was something like, if only I'd handled this better. And for better or worse, this weird looping phenomenon had given me a chance to do just that. If I went about it all a bit better, perhaps I could get a better ending. That's the goal, bud. Hisako Mamiya, Yudai Hashimoto, Kanzo Makishima, Yoshitsugu Oribe, Takumi Muro, the old man who cried wolf, Chikamochi Kamoshida, Rikako Uematsu, Kaori Oribe, Kiyonosuke no Sato, Meiko. Hell, even Yasunaga Oribe, Tai Yamawaki, and Haru Makishima were just victims of this strange superstition. But I, Haruaki Fusaishi, could not delude myself. I was no hero. I had no powers, no convictions. I was just a dilettante. My only motivation here was a sense of perfectionism. I was annoyed at how many mistakes I'd made the first time around. Plus, there was a certain attraction I felt towards the unknown. It was an urge foundational to my being, and I'd be risking my life on its behalf. I wasn't about to pretend I was acting for the sake of others here. Although, Chiemi Serizawa, though she hated her childhood home, it remained part of who she was, and I wanted to keep that from being tarnished with blood. That motive was perverse, forceful, selfish, lustful, and filthy. And I couldn't let myself forget any of that. I remembered the names of those I'd meet, and what I had to do. I turned the key, opened the throttle, pushed the signal to the left, and connected the clutch. And away I went, starting with a right turn. Find an overpass soon enough. Cross it. When you come to a fork next to a giant boulder, turn right and head straight. I quickly came across it. I could clearly remember this overpass. The large boulder wasn't new to me either. But I wouldn't take that route this time. I just kept on driving, not lowering my speed for a moment. Full speed ahead. So just make sure I don't cross over the river. I drove on the winding mountain path. Strangely enough, my fatigue, though present, wasn't too bad and my head was perfectly clear. I knew which route to take without even looking at my copy of the map. Or maybe I'd driven through here before. Perhaps this wasn't the first choice I'd made, but one of many. I couldn't be sure. Since my memories were so incomplete, nothing was certain. Still, it'd be an asset in the fight ahead. I wasn't going into this unarmed. Blue. I can no longer see the moon. If these memories held true, the rain would begin soon. Whoa. Oh, man. End the line. You know what I mean, right? You set the upload streaming limit alert message to on, didn't you? This is it. Meaning you can only upload videos reaching up to this chapter. Well, you can actually go up to the choice that pops up after this. So prepare your goodbyes and stuff. Well, we're almost done, guys. I mean, I'm not. I'm going to finish this fucking game. This is going to be my first platinum of the year. But our time together is almost at an end. I drove in darkness, but I could still make out a sign above me. The road wasn't wide, but I decelerated and somehow managed a U-turn. There were no other cars, so no one would complain. I returned and looked at the sign. It said that driving ahead would have led me to Kachihara, while by turning right, I'd find myself in Fujiyoshi. Finally. It was already past midnight, but actually earlier than I thought. A 30-minute drive from this point would lead me to Fujiyoshi, or rather, Kamo Fujiyoshi, the place that wasn't too popular among Yasumizu's people. Okay. So, eventually, I'll be able to go to Kamo Fujiyoshi to try and learn some more truth about what's going on. It's probably all those people we saw in the credits that I don't know. Interesting. Unfortunately, as interesting as it might be, our channel's pretty new and I'm not going to risk any fucking copyright strikes or anything like that. So this is where this playthrough has to end. I kind of wished I'd known that it was like this close. I knew it was going to be in this chunk infiltration. I remembered that, but what can you do, right? All right. Well, here we are. We've reached the end of this little experience. 7 full episodes. This one's really just a little teaser. So I thought I'd give my thoughts on the game. I still can't talk even when I'm not reading any fucking dialogue. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching this because I am enjoying the hell out of this game. And I had very mixed expectations. I looked at a couple reviews. I didn't really read them. I didn't want a lot of details. But like review scores are all over the place for this fucking game. Like the first one I read was like a 5 and it's like, this game is fucking terrible. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound like a 5. That, whatever. Regardless about the concept of review scores. 5s are not terrible. They're technically fine, right? Under, I don't know. And then like, yeah, another one I read was like a 9, and I saw this game on Steam, and it's like, people were just like, it's so amazing, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta give this at least a shot, and then I thought, hey, why not stream it? And then, of course, this game has to have a streaming limitation. So I read this game, apparently, quote-unquote, takes like 50 hours to complete. So this would have taken a very long time if we were actually playing through this game. Now, I don't know if that's accurate. I tend to find that shit is not accurate at all. Then again, they probably don't expect you to voice act every line, so maybe it would have taken me 50 hours. Maybe this series would have been like 50 episodes long or some shit. That would have been crazy. Might have been fun, but yeah, that wasn't going to happen. And it was destined not to. But overall, I really enjoyed the time that we've had together here in Raging Loop. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be nice not having to bounce between character voices that I was not great at remembering all of. And were very inconsistent. And I literally didn't even come up with real voices for some of those people. And again, my memory is terrible. I can't remember everybody's names. Like Yasunaga, he had the exact same role. Like, I basically gave him no important distinction in his voice from Haruaki, even though they're both, like, he's an incredibly important character. Obviously, we saw what happened at the end of this. I'm just like, whatever. He's just a guy. I kind of, like, changed my pitch a little bit or something. That's all I had. But overall, I do really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm really looking forward to this. And even if this game is supposedly 50 hours long or whatever, I think, looking at the PlayStation Network and its trophies, it says a lot. Let's... Hopefully there's nothing that I'm going to do here that will show off something too important. If you look at the trophies for Raging Loop, this game is a 50% platinum. That platinum obviously being you get all the other trophies. It seems like this is going to be a pretty easy platinum in regards to playing through the game, and basically by just experiencing everything this game has to offer, I'm going to get that platinum. But if this game is 50 hours long, like actually, but even if it's like 30 hours long, this game has a 50% full completion rate. From everyone that's played it, half of the people have gotten this platinum. That is fucking nuts. Like, I can't think of another game that has a percentage this high. Maybe like fucking like I Am Mayo, or one of those games that you basically just buy to get in a platinum in like no time flat. Ignore the fact that I have the platinum for I Am Mayo. I'm not proud of that. But I think that says everything we need to say about this game, right? Like, there's something to it. Something really interesting. And I'm super drawn in, even with just like the 7.5 hours or so that we've put into this game. And so, honestly, I mean, I'm using this as basically, I think, exactly what the creators intended. I'm using this as a platform to say, you should probably buy this game if you've been at all interested in it. Right now on PlayStation, well, I can't say that anymore. By the time we get to this episode, this game is not going to be on sale anymore. But I think it's like $30 on PSN, it's on Steam, it's on the Switch. There are a lot of different places you can buy this. It might be on Xbox. I fucking have no idea. My Xbox is plugged in, but like, I don't know. I don't play games like this on my Xbox. I just think, like, if you were at all interested by what we dealt with here, and if you want to solve this mystery, I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend that you play this game. And if you don't want to, like, go through all the shit you did before, just, like, fucking go into options, set, like, skip all and skip through everything we just did. It might take a little bit, but you can just catch right up to here probably in, like, I don't know, less than an hour. And then we can just, you can just move on with your lives. I saved you, like, 8 hours. I guess I didn't save you 8 hours. Like, you watched it all, probably. Or you didn't. You just jumped to this point. But, yeah. If I had to give this game a rating on a scale, I'd say it's like an 8 right now. Like, I think it's really great. I'm really interested. I don't have any reason why it's, like, not higher. I'm really grabbed by the story and the mystery. I think the writing is actually really good. Like, the translation of this game is solid. Like, I don't know who did the translation, but, like, I don't think I've really noticed many errors, if any. And, like, they've clearly done a great job of adapting the... Like, translating from Japanese is hard. Translating from any language to another is difficult, especially when it's something that you need to keep certain... How am I going to try and say this? Let's go back to full screen here. Anytime you need to try and explain, like, cultural concepts in another, like, when you're translating, like, you need to make concessions. You need to change things so that they can understand. Now, that being said, this game isn't trying to, like, pass itself off as, like, something else, so they can really dive into, like, Japanese folklore and culture sort of concept, so they don't have to be like, well, what would this be like if it was in America? But even just, like, idioms, the way they talk, it's very clear that this person has a very strong, or this team has a very strong grasp of both the Japanese and English language, and knows how to make, like, these proper correlations between, like, what is represented in one culture and what it, like, would correlate to in the other, in a way that at least kind of retains the same meaning or intention without necessarily having like the exact same meaning. That's just a whole lot of saying. I'm really impressed by the writing in this game, and also the translation, which I already said, and then I just went on a tangent. Buy this game. I'm not sponsored. I'm not being paid. Nothing's happening. I paid to play this game. Obviously, this is not a big YouTube channel. We have very, very few subscribers at this point, like 33 at the time of recording this. Hopefully more by the time we get to this episode, but God, who fucking knows? I know, like, my setup here is not super high-tech. This is honestly the first game I've actually recorded at my place, separate from the actual, like, proper recording stuff we have when we play Let's Plays, when I play it with, like, Chase and Cheyenne and stuff like that, or when we record the podcast. Like, this is not the same setup at all. Obviously, I live in a little shithole box. I'm not showing any of the rest of it because, like, yeah, you can see my closet. Yeah, there's like weird bags over here that you can't really understand why they're there. Yes, again, I'm sitting at a computer and there is a fucking refrigerator right there, and a microwave, and wow, this is tough. And Cocoa Puffs. Also, there's like a box in there that looks like it's for Brussels sprouts. It's not. I promise you. I think it's filled with like DVDs and shit. Regardless. I went on another weird tangent. That's what I do. I don't know. When I'm talking to a camera, I just kind of ramble. So I apologize for, like, maybe not the best sound quality. That's a big one. I need to buy a pop filter for my mic. I got a lot of s and pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pas and all that crap. But I'm working on it. Maybe get a little mixer over here that I can make some more edits too. My poor desk is already very cramped. I'm going to be investing in a second monitor soon, so that'll make this whole setup at least a little easier and more effective and more efficient. Should I move this down a tiny bit more? That didn't really work. Whatever. Yeah, you can, if you're there's a pizza box behind me. But really, at the end of this, anybody who got this far, thank you so much for watching. I mean, you basically just watched me talk. I mean, it was a let's read more than it was a let's play. It was just me reading a story for 7.5 fucking hours and occasionally commenting on it to a degree that really I should have commented on it more. There were things I was thinking the whole time, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, yeah. And at the end of every recording session, I'm like, Kyle, you probably should have talked about how you were feeling about the game more. But I was just so enthralled by the game that I wanted to keep going. I didn't want to stop and talk about, like, oh, what a fascinating decision. Like, I would do that from time to time, but really, it was just like, oh my God, they're dead. Oh fuck, what's gonna happen now? What other terrible thing is happening? So, you know, I gotta work on that. I'm still pretty new at this whole let's play, recording, YouTube-y game. I think that's pretty clear. But I love video games. I am super passionate about this. And I thought this was a great way for me to experience this game. And I mean, there have been some Let's Plays, but there's not a lot of Let's Plays for this game. I mean, it's basically, as the time of recording this, the English version of this game's only been out for less than a month, it looks like. I think it came out on Steam at like the 8th of December or something like that. The game was released on Switch and PlayStation 4 and all that, like right around the same time. So basically, the English version of this game is less than a month old. And so I just thought it'd be really cool when I saw it and, you know, maybe give this game some extra publicity. I'm pretty sure I'm getting this game 0 extra publicity. I don't think anyone is watching this video. That's like out of nowhere. So far, the only video, like, I'm recording the last episode, I've only posted the first episode so far. And I think it has like 3 or 4 views. And I think one of them was from a search function. So hey, it's in the search function. Like, that's awesome, I guess. But God, who fucking knows? But hey, if one person finds this game and like finds this video, watches this series, and be like, I really want to see where this goes next, and they buy the game, then I feel like it was all worth it. Because I was gonna fucking play this game anyway, so at least, you know, I got somebody else who might be interested in doing it. Regardless, I really love this. I really love doing this more than just doing the game. So I might, you know, if we'll see how this goes, and maybe if, you know, it does well, and there's a lot of like good positive feedback, I might do some more like Let's Plays of this sort of stuff, visual novels, that sort of crap. I need to actually play Steins Gate Elite. That might be weird, though, with all this, and I don't know if I could do those voices. But it could be fun. I like reading. I like stories. Yeah. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been a blast. I know this episode wasn't very long. I was kind of scared going in that it wouldn't be very long. But no regrets, right? Hashtag no regrets. I'm terrible. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think that's like the 17th time I've said that in this little tirade. Alrighty, but if you like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got more stuff coming. We have the Zimcast. It's just a nonsense podcast where we talk about pop culture shit or whatever. It's totally off the rails. But, you know, it's friends hanging out. Hopefully you kind of get that same feeling of just a bunch of friends shooting the shit, talking about stuff. We post gameplay. We're working on a couple other fun little things. We did a skit for Christmas. We did some scary stories in October that I was really proud of everything that we've put together so far, especially because we're just learning this on the fly. Like, I taught myself how to edit videos because, like, I had to because we were making videos and shit like that. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm loving every fucking second of it. So I hope that passion at least kind of comes across in our videos, and I hope you give us a chance to improve, because that's what we want to do. We just want to keep getting better, keep doing more. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I said it again. God fucking damn it. Okay, bye.